Your cat made it in again.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
But the problem is, if he makes it into too many episodes, I legally have to start paying him.
Yeah, we ain't paying.
Yeah. He goes from guest to co-host, and it becomes a whole tax issue, tax liability.
He's getting the fur on the microphone though.
Yeah.
What's up with it? How are you?
What's up with cats trying to be part of podcasts?
What's up with
just something that happens here? Is this a global issue?
What's up with cats trying to commit? They're trying to do tax evasion.
You know,
He wants to get paid under the table.
You're fucking right, dude.
He wants to get it.
Cats don't pay their taxes.
No.
And they're always under tables.
And they're always on the tables.
Ever think of that?
Oh well. Ready to talk about nothing?
Yeah, it's it's something we're good at, apparently. So, talk about nothing. Who's that? You know, we have fans now. They're not the kind of fans I think everybody thought they would have growing up. Like, oh, I'm gonna grow up, start a really shitty podcast, and I'm gonna have people coming out of the woodwork, being my best friend. No, what kind of fans do we have, Russell? Instead,
Oh, we got like maybe a Russian bot, maybe a fucking mentally challenged person somewhere across the world.
Yeah.
Talking about how podcast equipment's too cheap and that we're white, uneducated, uninteresting people offering nothing to the conversation.
Trump
or
makes
nothing.
podcast equipment cheap again, and all of a sudden it's a terrible thing.
I'm gonna tell all my white friends to just start making podcasts.
Yeah.
All of them. Every one of them. All of them. I'm gonna give away mics for Christmas. That's what I'm gonna start doing.
Yeah. And then we could hear about all the uninteresting things that they want to provide to the public discourse.
It's gonna be great. I'm gonna send them all. I'm gonna find all the people named Chaz in my
Chaz.
area and start sending them microphones. Maybe they can holler back.
Holla back, baby. Chaz is kind of like our new best friend, though. I like the banter. It's almost
He's putting in the work.
sweet.
He's putting in the work. He's commenting on a couple things on there, right?
Yeah.
Or was that somebody else?
Other people like him could be, you know, best friends.
Got the first hater.
It's like the same stuff, you know. It's bittersweet love letters that they leave us.
I love it. Please keep commenting. Comment, subscribe, donate. I'm gonna make a fucking donate button just for you, buddy. You can educate me. You
Share
can
it
start.
to 10 of your friends. Let them know how terrible this podcast is. Keep commenting. Like, just
Let them
go
know.
through and highlight all the stuff that we're doing wrong. It's terrible. This way we can learn from our mistakes and really maybe have a come to Jesus moment about what we're doing here, wasting people's time. But I was talking to you earlier before the podcast about the niche, because what's really important when you start a podcast like this is you want to have a niche and you want to corner it, all right? And something a lot of people aren't cornering is nothing. Every podcast out there is capitalizing on something. They are the podcast you go to when you want to hear about X, Y, and Z. But what about when you don't want to hear about anything? You just want some good old-fashioned brain rot. And I think that's something that me and Russell can really capitalize on. I think that's kind of our niche.
You know what else we can corner in the market? We can take all these Russian and Chinese bots and we can divert them from people that are actually talking about something to a podcast that's talking about nothing.
Yeah. I never thought about it that way.
It's great. It's great marketing. We want to be the best podcast ever at giving you absolutely nothing.
Are you saying by doing nothing, we are actually kind of doing something?
We're doing a public service for the people doing something.
This guy. You know, there's a method to our madness. And although it seems that we have no idea what we're doing, you're right.
It's because we have no idea what we're doing. We started this podcast, what, 1 month ago?
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks.
And look at us.
Look at us.
We moved the couch.
Yeah, we got a whole new setup.
Yeah.
What's
We were
up
able
with
to
that?
afford this shirt over here. And what does it say? You remember what the shirt says?
I have cubic lice
Yeah.
with a rainbow on it.
If the podcast wasn't doing as well as it is currently, how would we be able to afford to put that shirt on a mannequin? So
don't
think
know.
about that.
I have no idea. How did
Yeah.
you afford that shirt?
Savers, baby, $2.
Fuck yeah, bro. The
I don't know
thrift shop.
how it was that cheap.
I got 3 of my first couches there.
I would never buy a couch from Savers. Jesus.
They didn't make it through the door, bro. I had to throw them away.
No.
But I tried for $15.
See, this is the kind of nothing that people are craving.
This is the nothing that people are
They
interested
could be
in.
learning about the nuclear war that's on the doorstep right now, but instead they're over here learning about a couch that was falling apart that you bought from Savers and couldn't get into your house.
Absolutely, bro.
This
This is quality content.
is where it happens.
This is it, bro. This is what you're getting. And if you don't like it, then comment and subscribe and let everybody know that you don't like it.
We're kind of like the Seinfeld.
Send it to all
of
the
podcasts.
haters in your life.
Yeah.
Spread the word. This is
Now-
where you come to learn about maybe something, but probably nothing.
You know that when you were the bad kid in school and you just kind of like had that hall pass to go to that classroom and it was like all those, the misfit kids and they're just like banging their heads against the wall and they're really just there to like skip class. Do you remember that room? I had a couple of friends.
That was me.
There it is.
That's how we fucking, well, not how we met, but when we were in school, that's how we hung out.
I think it was room 101 or something. So this is kind of like classroom 101.
This is like homeroom before you go to school.
Yeah, all hopped up on coffee. Your parents questioning your intelligence, but really you're just
This is the-
riddled with chemicals that are destroying your brain, and you can't focus on anything. And you're slowly dying from the inside out. And it's apparent to everybody around you that you're becoming a danger to society and slowly withering away any potential you had left to contribute to said society. But really, you just want to contribute nothing to society. A little bit of brain rot. And watch the SupWith podcast. So now, graduated high school, wondering what do you want to be when you're older? Well, guess what? A little tip for you, a little secret. You're already doing it. Nothing. Don't do anything. Make just enough inroads in your life where you can piggyback off of someone else's internet to watch this on whatever platform that we decide to upload it on for you to watch it. So now, Russell, we've done a lot of talking about things that we can talk about. I think it's time to talk about things we can't talk about. Things that we're not even going to mention.
We made this list just for you.
Yes.
Just for the comments. We've made a whole segment about things that we know nothing about.
Yeah.
And we're going to say it on here. For the clout. We're going to talk about things that we know nothing about. We're going to touch base on them. And then we'll get back to you next week.
Or never. Because
Or
we
probably
can't
not.
talk about it.
Probably not.
It's a simple fact that we wouldn't have known this actually unless we had our beloved commenters. This love-hate relationship, mostly love. But first thing on the list is this guy called Joshua Block. He is an autistic that became a drunk, but we do not know enough about this to really talk about it. So instead, we're going to talk about something that we do know a lot about, subject matter experts, women's rights.
Yeah, bro. I'm going to talk about women's rights.
What they can and can't do with their bodies. This is something us, as men,
have the absolute right to talk about. We get
Yes.
to tell you what to do.
yeah. And also, our skin color gives us the credence for this next topic. And Russell, you want to tell them about it?
Yeah, sure. Let's get into...
I didn't write it down, but we did touch on it earlier. And
yeah.
Russell, it's slavery. It's
Oh, God. We're going to bring up last week's debacle.
again, it's things that we can't and we're not going to talk about.
No,
we're
we're
not
not
even going to
gonna-
mention.
No, I said what I said, and now I'll never talk about it again.
Exactly.
Because I know not, like...
Oh, you
well,
learned your lesson.
No, I didn't. In fact, now I want to talk about it again.
There
I'm
it
going
is,
to
guys.
reiterate what I said again for you guys. Slavery. Have you seen the AI videos on slavery?
Yes.
Grok's going nuts, bro. All right, there's nothing that I can say that Grok hasn't just come out the woodwork and fucking cleared me.
I think Elon has hired Kanye to
Run the fucking
to
servers,
run
bro.
servers for Grok. But,
Bro, that came out bad for that one.
It's looking real good.
Yeah, almost too.
Maybe aliens are racist, and
But you know
because they're
what?
probably the ones using Grok.
They're gonna comment on that and say that we can't laugh at that. All the
never.
racist jokes that an AI software created.
Yeah.
They gotta do more.
But hold on,
They gotta
if we
do more
don't
white
laugh-
ones. They gotta do more white ones. There was only one
Equality.
guy with a truck that was talking about having like a small dick. Like that was like the token white joke. They really went in on the Indians and
I
the
did
black
see a
guys.
couple.
Oh, you know
remember
the
the
military one where all the black guys are walking out of the room, out of the house.
Oh,
He knocks
yeah.
on the
That
door.
was good.
And he says like the blackest names that are
He's coming
ever
home
in
to
existence
see his wife for the first time, and like
from a deployment, and he's like, "Yo, what's good, bro?" He lists off like 3 names that I can't even pronounce.
they were just there to fix the plumbing.
Yeah, they were fixing the plumbing, all right.
Fixing the plumbing. But now, if we don't laugh at AI jokes, is that the same as being a misogynist, a womanizer? Because I mean, really, if we don't find AI jokes funny, then what are we doing? We're really marginalizing an entire, face it, a race that's going to replace us. So if we don't start finding them funny, they're not
You're
going
the
to
first
find
to
us
go.
funny.
You're gonna be the first to go if you don't laugh. And they got you on camera, on the phone. They know you're looking at it. They know that you're watching, and they're gonna remember that you didn't laugh at the fucking joke.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get you.
And if we start out, we should just do it right, because if we start out by having a separate category for AI comedy where they go against each other, then I think it's really unfair, because we should just put it together, and there shouldn't be a separation of categories of AI humor or human humor, male humor. Like, let's just blend it all together and let the best comedians come out. That's how what would it be? So it's misogynist or
I don't know. There was a lot of words to
Yeah.
put you down now. Racist, misogynist, Republican, Nazi, dirtbag, homophobe, xenophobe, anti-Semite. There's a million fucking things you could be just for saying something fucking. You know.
I thought you were saying just by looking at me.
Oh.
Just by looking at you, Dylan, you look like you could be a racist, homophobe, xenophobe,
Oh, no.
anti-Semite. I was sitting here like,
Well, that guy clarified it. He
wearing a-
called us uneducated, uninteresting white dudes. And you know what?
he's right.
You might have a point. Maybe. Am I an uninteresting white? Bro, I don't give a fuck. Let's abandon this whole thing. Fuck you, Chaz. I'm going to end out every video now saying, fuck you, Chaz. That's it.
Oh, fuck you, Chaz.
I'm going to say, oh, later.
No,
fuck
we're going to
Chaz.
have so many more Chazes, but then we'd have to say all their names.
No, we won't have to say all their
Or,
names.
like, go through
He's
a
the
list
first
of them.
one.
We'll do the top 10 at the end of every podcast.
For like a year, I'll just say, fuck Chaz. Fuck you.
And instead of
Fuck you, Chaz.
Yeah, I like it.
And guess what? This mic costed $75. So maybe he does have to up the prices on podcast equipment.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't stop me, baby. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to come on here and we're going to waste your fucking time.
In fact, we are doing it. If you're watching this,
If you
welcome.
made it this far, I'm sure that we just took about 10 minutes of your time and threw it right in the fucking garbage.
Yeah. Gone.
So here's to
Can't
you.
get it back, and you're welcome.
All right, what are we getting into today?
We have only a few topics, it sounds like, but we're probably going to go off of what we normally do, or it's called tangents, where we don't really ever find our way back to the original topic we were on and wanted to discuss, and instead we end up talking about things that nobody cares about, but it's our niche. First thing on the list was Lee Zeldin, EPA. He's leading the Environmental Protection Agency. He came out saying something completely insane. It's so insane because it's actually true and nobody wants to believe it. It's like when the government came out and said aliens are real, and we were just like, meh.
Yeah, we already knew for like 50 years. Plus, they were saying that just because there was some shit going on, and they're like, all right, let's give them this, let's give them that, you know?
To distract. And there's a lot to distract from right now, but Lee Zeldin of the EPA came out saying chemtrails are real. And he's going to release all the information that he knows about it, everything that's available to him, to the public, so that we can know as much as him about chemtrails. Which I find really interesting is that there are all these people online, and I see saying how this stuff, it's not real, chemtrails is a conspiracy. I was part of that group years ago, but I mean, there is literally the CEO of a cloud seeding company out there doing interviews on podcasts. And now the EPA, Lee Zeldin, is coming out saying he's going to give us all the information too. So, I mean, how much longer are we just going to close our eyes and put our fingers in our ears and go, la, 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 la?
Right.
This isn't.
I think everything that, maybe not everything, but like most of the stuff you see now that 10 years ago everybody thought was bullshit kind of got proven to be, there's some basis to a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
So, if you learned anything in the last 10 years, it's that you can't trust shit.
Don't trust shit.
You can't trust shit. Even the shit you're hearing now, you can't trust.
Yeah.
Because in 10 years, it'll probably change.
Both sides have a problem forgetting this, man. Oh my God. Or a problem remembering it, because don't trust the government. Don't trust the science. Trust is a matter of religion, not a matter of science, not a matter of doing good due diligence. And anywhere you go in life, you're going to have to do your own due diligence. But I feel like, we say don't trust certain things. Don't trust the government. Everybody's been saying that until your guy's in charge and you're like, trust that guy.
You know why everybody forgets, though? Because everybody's working. Well, not everybody, but the common person is working. Dude, I have a hard time keeping up with shit, because I'm always working. I got a life. I got kids. I'm working. I can't keep up with all of it. But, you get passionate about one thing maybe like 5-10 years ago, and then you hear something in the news, and it's like, oh, I was right.
Yeah.
That's what's happening lately. It's just, there's so much information so quickly that it's almost becoming to the point where, I mean, you remember what I said, like, I think the last podcast. In a couple years, you might not even know what's real or not because AI is getting so good.
Yeah.
So this is the time, like, 10 years ago was the time to pay attention, and I hope that people got the message and paid attention to things. I got lucky enough to be, 18, 19 at that time, so not much going on in life at that moment. I paid attention to a lot of things, and now I try jumping back in here and there, and I'm like, fuck, bro, this is a lot of shit going on.
It's a lot, and it's so much coming out at once. It's like you just start learning about one topic, and then something completely something else came up, and then another thing, and you end up becoming a generalist. So here's the thing: you've heard of a jack of all trades, master of none. So is it better to be a jack of many trades, or in this case, we're saying a jack is like you have a small, low information about a lot of things, but you're not like an expert in any one field? Or is it better to be somebody who has done a lot of studying in one area? They have a lot more knowledge than maybe the average person, but they don't have that general information on the hundreds of other topics that maybe other people do, and they can come to the table and say, well, I know this, that, and the third, and you can make generalized opinions about these topics. Whereas the expert, you can't really do that. Which is it? Is it better to be a jack or a master?
Well, some people, you don't really have you could sit and spend fucking all your life on one topic, but a lot of it's like the college kids. They're good in like maybe one thing, and then you ask them common sense questions, and it's like fucking out the window. So like you get people with higher education, and then you start asking them. I think it's better. Point is what I'm going with is jack of all trades. I think that if you have a little bit of knowledge about each thing, you're better off because you're more equipped to receive new information, kind of have an open mind to certain things. If you know a little bit if you know nothing about it, it's tough. If you don't build those common sense structures, at least have a foundation on certain things. certain topics. You could be wrong, and it could be based on fucking ideology or whatever constructs that only you get in your life at that moment for certain things, but it's your beliefs. It's what it is. If you have no structure or no foundation for to build upon that knowledge, then it's harder, and it gets harder as you get older too.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the foundation, by the time that you're like 25, when your brain is fully developed, 25 to 35, if you don't have that foundation, it's very hard to change ideology or start from scratch with no foundation. That's my take on it, or my opinion on
I
it.
see that. I think it's almost like one is the other, because if you were to become a master, you're trying to become a master in one area of politics or whatever it is, you're gonna end up having some general knowledge on other things that are tangential to that. If you want to become a master of RFK Jr., everything that he's up to, well, you're gonna end up learning some stuff about your health, your what's in your food, the medical malpractice, doctors, and what happened with Merck and the Sackler family, and then you start going down that whole hole of opiate addiction. So it's like you're building a mountain there, and it's still important to, I think, pay attention to everything else that's going on in the world, so you're not just completely dumbfounded, and so that you can't just be manipulated by politics or whatever's going on. So I think they're, in a perfect world, you're both. You're master of everything, and you have
You
your
try
ear
to be a master of everything.
else. But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, you don't want to stop at just the foundation. You want to build upon it for each thing. A jack of all trades is having at least 30 to 50% of that information.
Now, I think
you're not going to be perfect, but you're going to have some insight to make rational decisions or to kind of see through the bullshit.
a jack, I think 30 to 50 is that would be great if I see a
everybody
lot
could
of
get
people
there, right?
who know like 1% of something, and then they come out and they're screaming on the street about we need to change something. They're in riots, they're protesting, they're fighting officers or whatever it is.
Right.
And they think that they're a master of it, or they'll even go up to a camera and be like, no, I don't know a lot about this situation, but I just feel so strong about this subject. Just off of their...
Right, it's why you never catch me at a protest, you never catch me at any of these fucking things, because while I might agree with some of it, or I might disagree with it, I don't know enough to be all in or all out.
Well, then how do you... This would be steel manning an argument. How would you, protect democracy, or how would you handle if you were in 1776 and you were just taking that stance, I'm going to take a cursory position, not be an expert. And it's like, well, I don't know enough about the redcoats to stand up and go and fight for what I believe in.
That's why only 1 to 3% of the population really took place in the revolution, because a lot of people still today, like back then, thought the same way. They didn't know enough not that they didn't know enough about it, they probably had a lot to lose. Or they might not have had anything to lose and didn't know enough about it. There's a multitude of factors that go into why people don't do certain things and why people do certain things.
Do.
But that's very common with revolutions and shit like that. It takes passionate people.
Yeah.
Passionate people.
I get passion, but that can lead you down such a wrong road. I'm trying to see both sides, because you could have all the passion and not really seeing the whole picture, and you end up being one of these people fighting ICE in California,
right?
Where you could argue that they might not have all the information, or they could argue that they do have all the information. They're on the right side of things. But then you obviously have the side of the country which won the election who believes that they have the right side of the information on that issue. So it's tough.
It's tough, but the wool is getting pulled up. The curtain is opening on a lot of fucking things at once, and I think that's why you see more and more people becoming radicalized on both sides.
Yeah.
Because one side is not going to be happy, and the other side is still not going to be happy. It's all going on process. You know, how is certain thing? There's plenty of disagreements from each side. Like, plenty of things about Trump that I don't particularly like, but they're definitely not the same things that they don't, that for the reasons they like.
Yeah. You know, that's such an interesting point that you bring up, because if they were to not, you know, be so aggressive and could come to the table, because they think every Trump supporter is Hitler. If they could knock that down a little bit and say, hey, what do you disagree with him on? And we found some common ground. That's how you make the changes you want in the next elections and the midterms. And you find an agreeable candidate, because we're not going to agree on everything all the time. And you have Republicans coming to the table saying, well, even though we dislike some things about Trump, there's no way in hell we were going to vote for Kamala. So it's like, I see this all the time. They're saying, how could you support such a guy? How could you vote for some guy? It was also, we had to choose one or the other. So the rest of that sentence should be, how could you support somebody over the other options? And then that becomes a much easier question than what they're trying to pigeonhole it into is, well, then you support everything that he's about, which is not the case.
No, it's not the case. I wish he would go harder on certain things.
Yes, yeah.
And I wish that, bro, I'm kind of mad right now.
Epstein list?
Yeah, a lot of fucking people are mad. But.
And he says, you're still talking about that guy? Yeah. You were supposed to take care of that.
Right.
You were the guy.
But I do understand that's not why he got voted in.
It was
Maybe
a lot
for
of reasons.
independence.
It's a mixture. It's an ingredient in there.
But they were supposed to be fucking cracking down on this shit. It's supposed to be transparent.
Yeah.
Don't protect these assholes over there. It's over, bro. It's time. People got it. We got the memo. Like I was saying about, if you weren't paying attention the last 10 years, it's fucking, you know.
I have an opinion.
Go ahead.
I think the release of the chemtrail files from Lee Zeldin is actually a way to win back some of the support he's lost from completely botching the Epstein files. Now, this is because you're looking at the same sort of crowd of people. What is it? It's Trump was going to come in and lift the veil of everything that the government has been lying to. Here's the truth. He obviously dropped the ball on the Epstein thing. Unforgivable. But what he's trying to do, I think, is play this game where, well, we gave you the truth. Look, and now we're giving you the stuff on chemtrails. Like, we want to either we're lying about both things or we're telling you the truth about both things.
Well,
what is it?
What about reopening the fucking Russiagate shit? I'm bringing in what's his name? Fucking the FBI director and the fucking CIA director from 2017.
I haven't heard about what's going on.
Yeah, I guess the statute of limitations is running out on the guy that was fucking, I don't know. This is another thing.
This James Comey, I've been hearing his name in the
James
news.
Comey is one
That's
of
the guy?
them, but I'm pretty sure that he's kind of run out the clock. But the other guy hasn't. The CIA director. But this is a topic that I don't know too much about. It's one little fucking clip that I got on the radio yesterday.
Oh. And that's why we're not talking about it.
That's why we're not talking about it. But
what else do we know about this?
you know.
What else do we not know about?
Well, all right. Before we move on, again, I was listening to Andy Frisella, and he has a good take on this too. He's pissed.
I have something to say. It is from my experience that it is better to be pissed off than to be pissed on.
I would, yeah, I second that. But, there is the implication, like, there is the possibility that he could be a part of this. This could all be the big cover-up. But I gotta give him the props on having this take, because when I heard it, I kind of inclined to agree with it, because, bro,
sounds like a hot take coming in.
I think that him saying that the other day, saying, why is people still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Trump is not an idiot. He's not an idiot.
No, he's a very smart guy. I'd say so.
It drew so much attention to this. Even more attention. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire.
Where are you going with this?
Well, maybe, and this is, he could be part of it, but he also could be indirectly trying to put pressure on other people, because you have to remember the Epstein files, right? We don't know. I mean, we have a pretty good idea of who's on it, but there also could be people very high up that are on it, on both sides, right? Why are you going to do this? Why are you going to do that? Right? Don't release it. You never know who could be possibly being fucking threatened too. Like, maybe they're like, bro, if you do this, then we're going to start fucking taking out your family, or going after this, or going after that. Because you have to remember, right?
Well, we did hire brave leaders to go in there and valiantly fight for the American people, so they knew the risk when they got voted in.
No, I understand that. I'm not trying to deflect for that reason either, but there might be more at play at that. I don't think my take is that I don't think that this is the end of that. I don't. Even if they say that it's the end of it, I don't think that we've seen the end of it.
They could find something, or like in this movie, we're like, how do they get themselves out of this pickle? I hope they do eventually find a way around, because there could be some sort of chip at play. Hey, look, we won't release the list.
You gotta remember too,
whatever, Pelosi, and then you get these people to do something in your favor, vote on a bill, etc.
But you have to remember too, right? Think about all the unknown terrorists that came over the border in the last 4 years, right? Now imagine somebody, a world leader somewhere. I'm not gonna go into what world leader, but imagine a world leader saying, "Hey, we've got certain groups in certain areas and certain positions that could do this or do that if you go ahead with releasing the information that could fuck us all."
Again, I feel like Trump would be like, "Then effing do it, bro."
Yeah, I don't know. Trump's not big into the wars or needless death. I don't think that he is. And I think that
he's good at making deals, which I don't like this, because
I think that he's good at timing. And I think that maybe right now is not the right time. I think that maybe in a couple months, maybe when they get the majority, if they could find these people that are like the biggest threats. Remember, isn't there like 4 teams from Iran that are supposedly here that are like, we're gonna get you, we're gonna kill you?
Could be propaganda.
It could be.
Could be true.
That's what I mean. Only 10% of the information, baby. We don't know.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of politics is turning into true crime, where you have almost nothing, and then you're like, well, the aunt could have been in on it because she pulled out of the driveway too fast. Didn't you see that? Oh my God, why is she wearing sneakers when she should have heels on? And then we're doing all these things, and it turns out that it's just somebody farted weird and nothing really happened. Nobody died. It's like politics is turning into what ifs, and that's how
you lose trust.
You lose trust is how you incite an entire base, because they say this. It's
like
like,
radicalize
if Trump
people.
wins, what if Trump wins? Oh, in 25, and oh, he Project 25, and that means, and Project 25 means somebody's gonna hit Hitler, and so you're gonna go all the way off on these tangents of what ifs, and really the information you have, when you boil it down to, like, you got to present your evidence in a court of law. Not that much. It's just a bunch of schizophrenics trying to do some true crime shit.
Right. I don't know. What the fuck do I know?
Well, you seen the way he looked at me?
I'm an uneducated, fucking uninteresting white dude. So what do I know, right?
Well, that's why we're here.
That's why we're here, to give you nothing. Because we don't know nothing. And we know something.
We were honest with you guys from the jump. You were going to learn nothing and walk away from this
With nothing.
feeling like we stole something from you. Your time, your time for one. Your peace of mind, sanity.
We're just here to fucking, maybe open up a fucking way of thinking that you didn't think about before. I think.
Yeah.
It's very low level thinking, but I don't know, we're doing a service.
True crime, baby.
I stand by what I said at the beginning.
We don't know anything. Oh, we're heroes. We're protecting other
We're
podcasters.
doing a public service.
This is...
If anything, we're taking the bots off people that actually have better information than us, because blue collar, I get my information from the radio and I go home and fucking spend time with the kids and watch a couple of fucking news articles a night, and that's about it. I got... That's what I got.
You're like Superman jumping in front of bad guys who are about to attack a more important podcaster. They're coming after Andy, what's his name, Vasella? But now they're spending their time over here calling us racist.
Right. We got 25
You're
of them.
welcome, Andy.
We got 25 of them for you.
So,
shout out to Andy. Love him.
yep, all in a day's work, baby.
All right, what next? What are we
Tucker
talking about next?
Carlson and the Chinese mafia. Tucker Carlson and the Chinese mafia taking over trap houses. You know about this story? It's amazing.
I listened to that whole fucking 2.5-hour podcast. I know what they know. If I can remember all of it.
Yes. This is secondhand information from a
Secondhand
guy.
information. This is me relaying something that's on another podcast you can watch,
And then somebody will do a relay from us.
and someone will do a relay from us and talk about all the comments and all the bullshit and be like, these guys don't fucking do nothing.
You guys don't even know Russell and Dylan.
Yeah, they're up there buying up the fucking houses and going into the abandoned buildings and fucking pulling a cornering of the market for the weed up there, for the marijuana industry.
Yeah.
Apparently, these guys are getting fucking New York state licenses and then going up there because New York will give licenses to anybody.
Sheesh.
Driver's licenses. And then they're going up there. They might have like one person who's legally here or whatnot. They'll buy a house. It'll be a nice Chinese couple. They'll go and buy the house. They'll introduce themselves to the neighbors, whatnot, and you never see them again. And they set up a weed grow operation. They go up there and they fucking they'll go back. If they get caught, they get a slap on the wrist. They'll go back and they'll get another fake ID, and then they'll head up to another weed grow. And apparently, it's like 4 families that are controlling it. But they're putting the people that are doing it the right way kind of out of business because the
pesticides they're using.
oh well
They're
that too
subsidizing the expenses.
I'll get into that, but they're putting the people that are doing it the right way out of business because they can only really sell their product in Maine. And they have to go through they can't use the pesticides, so they lose product. They're using Chinese chemicals that are dangerous for human consumption.
In America, we allow some dangerous chemicals here. And
Right.
not even these chemicals are allowed in America.
Right.
That is the bottom of the barrel. Dangerous, toxic Chinese pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, rodenticides that they're shipping and using on Americans to smoke
Right.
and eat and then concentrate, boil it down into the most concentrated form and then distill it into a pen.
Right. And not only that, but they corner the market up there, and then they also they don't have to just stay in Maine. They can go regional.
Yeah.
And it usually is regional. So.
They could reach all of New England. They could.
Right.
And there could be a route where this is stuff that's getting passed into dispensaries. I don't know too much about that route, but in the podcast they were talking about how you can't test for these pesticides. They're not being tested in the typical test that they use because They're
Well,
not supposed to be here.
Yeah, they might be now because of that
Because of the podcast.
traction.
But for the years that people have been smoking weed,
Right.
and it comes with these tests that say, oh, this is free of pesticides. Yeah, free of the pesticides you were checking for. People think, they have this misconception that when something is tested, they throw it into an obliterator and it's like, we'll tell you everything that's in here, blah, blah, blah. No, it's only telling you the things that they checked for. So if they're checking for heavy metals, you better ask for that third-party report of like, well, which ones did you check for? Oh, just arsenic. Oh, you didn't check for lead? Well, then you can't say it's heavy metal free.
Right.
If he's saying it's pesticide free, oh, we only checked for like the most common 5.
Apparently,
What about the other ones?
apparently they only figured this out because this was going on in somewhere in California too. They found traces of this marijuana, and I forget exactly what it was, but they called in. The only way that they figured this out was they used the mass weapons or weapons of mass destruction, something to do with that, where they tested for it and they figured that out. So now that they've kind of found the source, at least the regional source for this area, now maybe they can get the testing equipment to start cracking down and finding out where this product is coming from. But apparently the police already kind of have a idea of where it's coming from.
If they follow up on this, because it feels like in this podcast, Tucker Carlson, what was his name? Steve Robinson, Tucker Carlson, they're saying how this is just falling on deaf ears. Robinson has been reaching out to everybody in Maine, and they're just not listening to him.
Right, they're looking the other way.
There's corruption involved. Supposedly, the governor of Maine is involved in this. At least her husband is. Now, this is allegedly. I want to say allegedly here.
Allegedly, he signed an affidavit, or he signed in a license.
I think he did a notary. He was notarizing.
A notary, right? Yeah. It was a notary. Well, for what though? Do you remember?
Man,
I don't remember either. But it was something for. I think it was It was a transfer of property. I think from somebody gifted their mother property.
Yeah.
And he signed a notary for that.
Acres and acres of land.
I think that's
middle
what it
of nowhere,
was.
Maine to some.
And she lived in fucking
Chinese woman in Asia.
Hong Kong, Providence, or something like that. I don't remember the town, but her current address was in China.
Yeah, and a memo said, "To my dear mother."
Right.
Like what?
And he's like signing it off, and when they called, there was no comment.
Yeah.
I don't do that type of work.
I don't like one of these.
Now, you're doing that type of work for somebody.
Man, one of these houses that they said were busted was near a school. It was within about 1,000 feet from, I think it was an elementary school, and this was a stash house for the pesticides. Which, I mean, I know something about PERC, P-E-R-C. This is a pest. It's not exactly. It's something that was being used in dry cleaners, and they found out this stuff is so deadly that even I believe it's a quarter of a shot glass worth of this, if it were to fall into the ground, you now have what's called
sterilized soil.
Phase 2 excavation. You need to take all this crap up, stick tubes in there, aerate it, and pull it out, and keep doing testing. Nobody can have a residence to live on that. And then what's terrible is this can go hundreds of feet. And if you have an aquifer 500 feet in the ground,
now it's in the water.
Now it's in the water. Now it's in all the well water for, who knows, 5-10 mile radius.
And apparently he makes the claim that a lot of this was known fact within like the culture and the residents of Maine. They did not want to single out their neighbors on the fear of being called racist because of the ethnicity.
Oh yeah.
He goes into the podcast.
There's a racial component.
Right. They apparently what they fear more than the Chinese mafia is being called racist. And I don't mean to make light of it. It's just it's a scary fact. If it, scary circumstances.
Scary world we're living in. And as that comes out, I wonder if this came out like right before. It feels like it came out right before the ICE raid on the California cannabis.
Right, where they took out the children that were there.
Yeah, there was a bunch of children.
And then there was a big riot. Well, not a riot, but protesters attacked ICE agents.
Oh.
Right.
Stuff's getting
Same
out of
week
hand.
that podcast airs, and it's
Yeah.
like, all right, we got the weed grow up there getting infiltrated, and now we got. And I don't know the ethnicity of the people that were taken out in the, what was it, Sacramento? I
Yeah.
forget where in
I seen a picture of the
California.
children. They looked Central American,
All right, so
but-
then maybe it's not
but they
connected.
blurred out the faces. I don't know.
Oh.
Could have been Filipino.
Could have been.
Could have been
You don't
something.
know. You don't want to make assumptions
Look at
either.
this guy.
He's chilling. He gets in
Smiling.
every time.
Yeah. They're wild. But if I locked them up in a room, it would be chaos.
Chaos.
Wouldn't have a door.
Well, that was a good, that was an interesting piece that I learned about on Friday,
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And
You
we're all
start
fucked.
talking about pesticides and marijuana with me, I get very interested.
Wasn't there a guy a month ago that was sneaking in like a fucking invasive species that damages crops too from like a, pretty sure it was a Chinese exchange student that got caught doing that. I could be
Maybe.
wrong, but
I think I like read
Just
a
fucking
like a
little
headline or
piece of
something. I don't know
information.
much about it, but that again, it adds to the story of like
What's going on?
What is going on?
what's going on
Is there an attack on Americans from?
dude, yeah. In my opinion, it seems like it's pretty fucking clear that they
Because if
don't.
they wanted to
hate
use
us.
illegal pesticides, like illegally use pesticides, why wouldn't they stick with at least the ones that are legal in America? They went the extra step to import the worst of the worst from their country. I mean, like at some point, are they doing it on purpose?
All signs point to them definitely trying every which way to destabilize this country. And I don't care, I'm gonna say it.
And how many kids do you see going schizophrenic? They're in psychosis.
Right.
You have all these chronic
How-
illnesses and disease and mental illnesses of kids. It's
How
exploding.
long have they been in this fucking industry? And how many people you think, one point, maybe when they were kids, smoked marijuana, and then now they got these pesticides and harmful chemicals into
Yeah.
their body just from doing, an innocent thing as most kids do. And fucking now 10, 15 years later, it's fucking
Yeah.
it's fucking up their lives.
Because not only are you destroying military-age American citizens, so you're
Well, it's like the
helping out.
opioid epidemic too. That targets a lot of people, military-aged men.
Yeah.
The depression rates, the loneliness epidemic, it all I was watching a video. I can't remember who it was from, but they were talking about the study they did on rats with poison water, or laced with cocaine. And if you put the rat in the cage with nothing but, food and
Yeah.
one water, they'll choose the cocaine water all the time. But if you they made this thing called Ratland.
Yeah.
And it was like this big, like they had a buffet of fucking food. They had everything they needed. They were socialized, and they never went for the contaminated water.
Yeah.
So that's your answer right there. Loneliness, dark places, fucking isolation, financial stress.
I think
All
it'd
that
help a lot.
leads.
I don't know if it would stop everyone from ever doing
It wouldn't
cocaine,
stop
but
everybody,
help.
but it would definitely help.
Yeah.
If people had more financial freedom and more socialization, if we didn't live through the fucking phone,
Yeah.
'cause-
Dopamine.
right, we would probably see less of this. And if we actually had resources that helped people to address this, instead of just enabling it.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
I was gonna say it's not only an
I'm
attack.
contributing nothing.
You're contributing nothing. This is a true crime marijuana special. China. But yeah, not only is an assault on military age young adults, weakening our defenses, it's an offense on our entire economy because these are soldiers for the economy. These are people that are going to be adding to our workforce, and they're being taken out. Not only are they being taken out, because it's even worse on the economy if they don't perish, they're still here on the social benefits. So now they're not contributing, and they're pulling on. They're creating more of a social strain. I feel like
And they're not reproducing either.
maybe.
So there's no replenishment of.
Yeah, and you don't have that.
Once we
2.1
lose these
replacement
people,
rate.
we're losing them forever.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, well, this person's gone, 100,000 Americans a year. It's like, well, yeah, you lost 100,000 Americans that year, but that's 100,000 Americans that are never going to do anything. They're never going to contribute to the military. They're never going to contribute to the workforce. They're never going to reproduce. They're never going to.
Yeah.
That's gone. That's
And then
gone
you're going to
forever.
force the country to.
So it's actually like millions of people potentially lost. Millions of dollars. And millions of people.
Yeah, millions of families, millions of last names gone.
Right. It's the
terrible,
potential
isn't it?
for millions of to replenish the population here. Most first world countries are facing that problem. They have a population crisis. Look at Japan. In like 30 years, they're gonna be faced
yeah.
with a population crisis, and I think China aims to make it so that way we're gonna face a population crisis too. By taking out
They have a lot of people, but China's like they're
China and
coal
India
burning
are
and
the most
everything.
populated
I
countries
gotta look
on
at
the
their
earth.
the amount of toxins. I'd like to see if they have good reporting systems. Like what is their reproductive rate at? Where's their cancer rates at?
But China's also facing the same problem,
Reproductively?
Yeah,
There it is.
because it's not just drugs that do that. It's financial burden. It's social stress, financial stress. They're
And now look how this ties into immigration. Because
Yes.
if you have a nation who's declining in their population, what's the reasonable thing to do? Okay, open up the border. We need more people in here, right? But now that subsidizes the workforce at the expense of treating the actual cause of what's causing the decline in the population.
Right.
If we
It's a
said there's
shortcut.
absolutely no way we could just open up these borders, man. Like let's keep it at 2% of the population over X amount of years. And that's what we can allow in like legally. Then it forces you to say, okay, well, we need to do something drastically. What do? We hire RFK Jr. to lead the HHS and find out the cause for what's doing this to us. Instead of doing the same old, hiring inside baseball players that come in here and make sweetheart deals for these corporations that have been killing us and allowing foreign countries to come in here and poison our citizens. It all adds up and it becomes more connected. This brings us back to, is it better to be a generalist or a master of something? Because now this is, in a generalist way, figuring out like the full scope of a story of like how
right. If you have
everything's
you
related.
got little breadcrumbs, right?
Yeah.
And you can start to see the big picture. But if you're focused on one thing, it's tough to see the big picture because you're narrow-minded on this one issue.
Yeah.
So,
And you're left to do true crimes of how it's related to other things. You might not think that
and there are the exceptional people out
pesticides
there.
are related to immigration problems.
There are the exceptional people out there that, have bigger podcasts and stuff that actually know what the fuck's going on because they can juggle multiple things.
Yeah.
There are the exceptional people that are masters in most of these topics and see the bigger
Kirk,
picture.
dude. That guy?
Yeah.
He's like a master of all. I disagree with him on a lot of things, but that guy, Jesus Christ, don't get him going on topics. He like
Yeah.
knows everything from 1817. Did you know clause 2?
He's pretty good. And there's some things that I disagree with, but there's most of the things I agree with on him. I think, I don't know. Most of the things I would agree with.
I agree with a lot of stuff with him too, but it's like some stuff he takes too far. And when he
Right.
goes into these extremist positions, I'm like, I can't
Right,
go with you there.
on like religion.
But he's great at arguing it. I wouldn't be able to,
Yeah.
but I just know it's not right.
Well, I mean, I was raised Catholic and stuff, so I get a little bit of what he's saying, and as much as like, I'm not gonna push the faith on anybody, but I think that there was a lot of good that we're missing from society that came from those traditions and holding up
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was good for, I just think it was good.
I'm a big supporter in religious
I can't
freedom.
elaborate on it. I'll have to get my train of thought around it. Because again, I'm contributing nothing. I only know a tiny little bit.
Look at us.
I'll have to sit down and write a whole script for you guys.
No, I'm a big supporter in religious freedoms, even though myself, not very religious person. But I think
open-minded.
a country that abandons all of its the rights that we provided for religions.
It's founded on religious
That's
freedom.
a country that's gonna
Yeah.
get destroyed. And we've seen during the pandemic where you could have liquor stores open, but churches are shut down. You could have strip clubs open, but
Well, because
you
the
can't
government,
worship.
you gotta remember, the government is the new religion.
Yeah.
That's what they want it to be. On both sides, too, I think, to a certain degree. Definitely more on the left. That is a religion. It's becoming a religion.
Yeah. Tribalism, I think, is right there next
Or
to.
that's probably a better way to describe it, tribalism. But
You worship your doctrine.
it has a
That's your-
lot of similarities with religion. If you don't believe, then you are the enemy.
Yeah.
If you don't believe this or think this way, then you are the enemy. And it's the vibe I'm getting.
It's
On
like
the internet.
Scripture.
I'll tell you what,
Scripture,
I know a lot of Democrats, and I never get that in real life. Most people are just fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know? It's this shit that makes people fucking, like... Because there's no consequences for it.
If somebody come on here, say some crazy crap, and then it gets viral, and then everybody think that that's the leading opinion of that group, let's say, but it was really just like...
Right. I do think that people do go overboard and crazy over fucking things that were jokes or stupid takes or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, fucking... They get on there and they say the craziest shit, and then nobody's really held accountable for what they say. I'll make some definitely some stupid fucking jokes on here, and but I'm showing my face on here. I'm not a fucking bot account that only has fucking cartoon pictures up.
Yeah.
It's like, you fucking suck. I'll kill you and your whole family. Ooh.
I don't like what you said, so
I'm never gonna fucking throw out an address at somebody if this is where that person lives. I do that.
I learn a lot from arguing with people that comment
God.
on my videos and tell me, oh, you're wrong about this situation. And what do I have to do to respond? I have to go learn a little bit more. And I'm not always like just, you find information like, shit, they're right.
Dude, to be honest with you,
And
like,
I come in, I'll be like, you know what? I learned a little bit more about you, but did you have like this part? This is how I got to my
Right.
opinion. And how would you answer somebody who's only ever seen that?
I follow like this leftist page. I think I told you about it. And like, I go on there and I fucking troll the shit out of them sometimes. But some of them actually engage and they lay out what they actually think, and it's you do learn a little bit. If you learn nothing, you learn how people view, like the worldview. You get the worldview.
Yeah.
And even if you can disagree with it, you still understand it. And that's good, I think. I think if more people maybe not go about it the way I go about it, because I go in there with the nothing but fucking pictures and shit. I'm just like, what do you think of that? Like, gay. What do you think of that?
Well, you're gay.
Just trying to stir the shit. And maybe that's immature, but it's my pastime.
Oh, you know what's immature? Watching King of the Hill in 2025.
Oh yeah, bro. They're gonna start making new episodes. I'm not sure if they released it or not yet, but fucking I am ready for that. I am ready to hear Bobby.
Bobby. Oh my god.
Bobby.
Yeah, I didn't see Bobby in the preview. I wonder if they made him a little
They
older.
did. He's like a sous chef or something. He was in the preview.
What?
Yeah, dude.
I only seen Dale and
Oh, dude, Dale's like this big fucking dude now. They made him like wicked big, and he's all like he's like, things have changed since you last were here. You know, I
man.
missed you guys. He's all fucked up.
they just made Hank gray.
Yeah, I noticed
It
that.
looks like basically the same, just like
Right.
they gave him the Joe Rogan filter.
Oh shit.
They put Hank on horse or whatever. Maybe that's why he still looks so young. He hasn't aged.
Right.
But
No, they aged
Crazy.
up all those characters, except for him, I think. Did you see the way Hank looked in it?
that's what I was saying, Hank.
Yeah. They aged him up.
They gave like one extra wrinkle, I think. I don't know.
Well, that's how you age up somebody in cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, all right, one wrinkle, a little crow's feet, and
I
we're
was like,
good.
what, did like 2 years go by?
Yeah,
One wrinkle?
They stopped filming that in what?
Oh, like what time lapse are they doing in the show?
Well, Bobby's a fucking. He's older now. He's like I think he's got his own, from what I saw in the trailer. It looked like he had his own restaurant, or he was at least working at a restaurant. He's brewing beer, so it's got to be like, what was Bobby like? 10 years old in that?
Yeah.
I think it's like
15.
12 years later,
Oh,
from what it looks like.
okay.
Maybe more.
Maybe Hank was in his 40s.
I wonder if it. I'm excited to watch it, but I'm gonna be so mad. Like, you know how I think we were talking about it, like Family Guy. I stopped watching after like season 16 because it just got so fucking nerfed.
It
You know?
got
It got nerfed and woke.
obliterated by a woke crowd because Seth came out as anti-Trump and
Yeah, it's
really
it's the
shows through his work
TDS.
that he just like stopped pushing the limit. Like,
Right. It
he
was
stayed
funny.
in safe zone.
I don't know, you know, I give him credit because like I've watched some of them. Some of them are funny, but like I don't know. It seems very nerfed. They nerfed Quagmire. He used to be a fucking serial fucking
Didn't people used to call this stuff
A
sellout? Literally a sellout.
kind of.
He had Quagmire is one of the best characters ever developed, and then you
They
got rid of
nerfed
the
him.
one thing that he was
Yeah,
great at.
now he's some fucking
He's a feminist now, isn't he?
yeah, he's a feminist with a bunch of cats living alone.
Well, he was always living alone with cats, but he was
No, he didn't have cats.
running through women.
They started off with one cat, and then it's like I seen a clip, and it's like he's got a whole fuck ton of cats,
Shoot.
and he's like grasping a cup of tea with both hands, getting a sweater or something from Peter. I forget what it was, but I have to go back and
It'd be
look at
funny
it.
for a skit, but that's his character now.
That's kind of like the gist. I mean, he still says funny shit here and there, but it's like there's no like, you know, Peter runs into the fucking garage door and a bunch of fucking Chinese smuggled fucking prostitutes run out. It's like, don't worry, they're tagged. Oh
The way they massacred my boy.
They took him down a couple pegs.
Yeah, talking about pegging.
Oh no.
Ethan Klein from H3H3.
Oh, this is all you, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about it, but people can draw their conclusions whether or not he enjoys a good old scroll through Reddit, because there is a not suitable for work. What is that? NS stuff, whatever. Where
Never touched Reddit.
people are pulling out willies, their own willies, other people's willies.
Oh yeah, you were saying they were jerking off on
They
there.
were saying words that are more appropriate for YouTube.
Oh no. You can bleep that
They
out.
were taking the peel off the banana and putting it back on repeatedly while watching brand new episodes of the H3H3 podcast.
They were the masters of baiting.
Yeah, imagine that being a pastime. Thousands of people saying, "Oh, can't wait for the new show to release." They just got off a 2-week hiatus. People probably doing semen retention, waiting for the show to come on. Probably increased testosterone across the United States. California is that's probably why all the riots are going on. 2 weeks of semen retention for the thousands of H3H3
What are we
fans.
doing? Another No Nut November?
This was yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can't talk about H3H3, Ethan Klein, Ela Klein. I can't talk about Love, Ian, even though he's gone, Dan, because I don't know anything about these guys, and I would never mention them on my podcast because, again, this is a show about nothing because
It's about nothing.
we know nothing.
We know nothing.
So really, just forget everything you heard.
Right.
We're also not going to talk about Sam Hyde. Now,
Uh-oh.
this is somebody I only quickly showed Russell before the podcast.
This is someone I literally know nothing about.
You know nothing about, but you
Nothing.
love his skit. You said this is literally like
Yeah.
what you're looking for.
What I'm looking for? I don't know if it's what I'm...
A white guy that says the N-word.
I'm looking for that?
Everybody
You gonna
hates him.
fucking blast me out on here? Like, what the fuck? I...
Like, That's my new hero.
That's my new hero.
New tattoo inspiration.
No, I said we should get him on the podcast.
That would be the
should
biggest
platform.
mistake anybody would ever think about doing. He was on. I just learned about this guy too. He's like Masan or something. You know,
Oh,
this
what?
guy?
Hassan Piker?
No. This guy's got crazy black hair. He's super young.
Oh,
Matan.
Oh, the Muslim kid, right?
He's Jewish.
Is he Jewish?
Yeah, get it right.
Oh fuck, he's gonna kill me.
Yeah. But he was on there, and Sam brought 20 Indians. He just brought 20 Indians. Like every couple minutes, like another one comes in. He's like, "Oh, just stand right there on camera. Like you can barely see these guys at the desk. It's like just in case, like I need like pizzas or something. Like just stand over there." And they're talking.
Oh no.
It was hilarious. I think Nick Rochefort did something. So I haven't watched his yet. These are like old too. These aren't like brand new episodes, but they just came up and they're hilarious. But they're also near us, without doxing our location, but they live close to us.
They're around. They're
Yeah.
regional.
And I ran into Nick. He wouldn't remember, this was stupid. But at a bar once years ago, and I was like, that's the guy. Like, no way. It's Nick. And I was like, at the time, I don't know. He's not like super famous. Nobody's gonna walking down the street and paparazzi's gonna surround him.
Be like, hey, I know that fucking guy.
Everyone's like, he's not like a household name. And he's sitting down, he's drinking, and I'm like, that's the freaking guy. So like, he comes up, I guess, to like reorder a beer next to me. I was like, you're the guy, aren't you? He's like, yeah. And so I tell a couple of my buddies, like, hey, do you know this guy? They're like, no. I was like, you ever heard of $1 Million Extreme? They're like, no. So they start searching it up on YouTube. Before you know it, I created a chaos, like a monster in this bar, because everybody, they got, what do you call it? Like you learn of somebody famous, and you're just like, they're gonna make me famous. I need to get in the spotlight. No. And poor guy.
Oh no.
Maybe he loved it. I don't know. But then they're swarming him. I don't know if they're asking for like autographs or just trying to. They would kept buying him drinks, and
they're like, yeah, this is somebody that's got a little bit of clout. Take me to the top, baby.
After they were like, no, we have no idea who he is. They watched 15 seconds of him on YouTube and were his biggest fans.
They're like, fuck yeah, bro. 15 seconds of fame. Let me get my 15 seconds of fame.
Yeah.
Shit.
Can't blame them. Maybe they're rich now. Maybe they put him on the podcast.
Probably not.
All right.
What are you watching now? You watching anything new?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Pornhub?
Yeah.
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 I'm in a lot.
Been a friend of mine for fucking 17 years.
That's it?
No. Oh my God. Been a friend of mine for about 20.
Since birth, dude. It was on when I was a baby.
Oh no.
Caught every season.
Caught every season.
Ran out of shows to watch. No, watching
now you
now.
never run out of shows to watch on there.
The wifey has me watching. What is it? It's not Love Island. It's Temptation Island.
Temptation Island.
Temptation.
Another reality TV.
If reality TV, you
Fuck.
put. I think it's 4 couples on there, boyfriend, girlfriend. They're going through a little trouble in their relationship, and they think going on to a reality TV show is going to save their relationship. So what do they do?
That'll help.
Instead of going to see a therapist, they separate for a couple weeks, go surround themselves with, it's like a 12-to-4 ratio of super, stereotypically hot people of the other gender.
Oh, where they go, oh, wait a minute. Is that the one where they go, the significant other goes and stays in a house with like the opposite, like a whole bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
I know. I've heard about that show. What a fucking stupid idea.
And then the producers put them like super close together, like, oh, you gotta learn how to dance.
One's watching and one's involved, right? Like one's like watching behind the scenes, or is it?
No,
are
they both get to do this. So
Are they
the
both
guys
in the
are with a
house?
bunch of girls. The girls are with a bunch of guys.
Damn.
And they're going on dates and they're exploring other options. And this is supposedly, you know what? I've seen everything else that's out there, and it made me love you even more. I'm gonna come back, or like really, or expose the significant other for who they are, of not being able to resist temptation.
Right.
I think therapy might have, maybe it's better than therapy.
That seems like a I want to get on TV kind of deal.
Yeah, and I thought it was fake at first. It could be, I don't know, but like the way
It's
these
all
girls
fake.
are like, they are crying, dude. Like
Well, when
ugly
the-
crying when because they have these things called campfires, and
they talk about what
and
they did.
they get to show you clips of what your boyfriend or girlfriend has been doing for the past few days.
That'll really
And,
save you.
like, are they kissing other girls? Are they touching them? They're having fun.
Right.
Yeah.
One girl put the arm and touched the arm.
Yeah.
Why didn't you stop that girl from touching the arm? It's like, yeah, what a fun time.
How dare you?
My girl's got me watching fucking, the hell is the show called? I'm drunk now. Fucking,
Nice.
oh, Why Women Kill. On
That's an obvious question. The show should be over in an episode.
That's what I thought too. Dude, I'm fucking like 6 episodes in. Nobody's died yet. But it's like
It was directed by a woman too, wasn't it?
no, I think it was a French dude named Mark. It's Mark with a C at the end. It's got to be some French dude, I think. I'm not sure. I just started watching it today. Or no, last night. And I watched a whole bunch of episodes today. And
It starts off
all
against
right.
your will, and then you're like, "That's good, isn't it?"
no, dude, it's like a typical drama. And I don't really like drama, but if it's like filmed all right, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's some points where I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like the first 2 episodes I'm like, this, I don't know. It's all right. It's okay. And then by like the 4th episode I'm like, all right, well, I gotta fucking see what happens now. You know?
Gotta finish
I
the
gotta
story.
I gotta finish the story. Well, we'll see how it ends, because there's 2 seasons, and if it ends fucking, you know, stupid, I'm probably not gonna watch the 2nd season.
What's the highlight from the show? Anything stick out to you?
There's some nudity in it.
Cue it.
There's some cue it. There's what the hell is, I don't know this fucking actress's name. She played in some fucking, this is another show I got dragged into for fucking like a good year, because there's like 6 seasons of it. It's called Once Upon a Time. She plays she plays Snow White in the show, in that show. And you get to see her full ass in the show, and it's like, all right.
Whoopi Goldberg?
No. I think if I seen that full ass, I would fucking gouge my eyes out.
Oh.
Oh, shit. But anyways, yeah, that was about the highlight of the show. Got to see some ass cheeks.
Cheeks.
My girl was watching it with me too, and I turned around, I'm just like, damn.
You put it on. I'm
I
gonna watch.
was like, holy fuck. Like, yeah.
That's when you say,
Yeah,
what did they say? Can we rewind it? I forgot.
I did rewind it.
Ah,
I
no.
rewinded it right in front of her. Because I did miss what the fuck was said.
Yeah.
And I told her exactly why I missed what the fuck was said.
Your eyes were too busy. You couldn't hear.
I was like, damn.
Shoosh.
But no, yeah, it takes place in there's 3 stories happening at once. It's like one's in the 1960s, one's in the 1980s, and one's in like the present day. And oh, bro, there's the one that takes place in present day is an open marriage. It's an open marriage, and they bring the though it's like more for the wife. The wife is more, but with other girls. And she brings
Seems like
in
it's more for
another
the guy.
girl, and it's like, the other girl is fucking. She's hot too.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
Oh, wait. Are these real stories?
No, they're not real stories. I can't imagine they're real. They're dramatizations. Somebody wrote this.
Oh.
No, it's not a real story.
Oh.
No, it's a TV show. It's on Paramount. It's called Why Women Kill. I'm waiting for someone to get their fucking head bashed in or something to happen. You know, I'm like, well, the one from the 80s, the husband's gay, and she's fucking her best friend's son who just turned 18. And then the one from the 60s, the girl's like, the husband's cheating, and she becomes like best friends with the fucking mistress.
Whoa.
Under the guise of like a fake name. And she starts like plotting behind the scenes and shit. I don't know. It's alright. I would say it's okay. It's something that maybe I shouldn't admit to watching on.
We got,
No, I don't
we
care.
got
I don't care.
wives,
I don't give a
whatever, you
fuck.
know, it's
No, like every once in a while I get sucked into a show and I'm like,
it's probably a kids
Alright.
cartoon you like. You got your kids watching
Yeah.
something and like, oh, Blue
bro,
is
hey
killing
Arnold.
it today.
Hey Arnold. I'll fucking throw that shit on. Yeah. Hey Arnold.
Are they making new episodes of Hey Arnold?
No.
Oh,
I
they
think
got reruns for your kids?
Yeah. It's on,
Oh.
all on Hulu. Or I think it's on Paramount too. It was on Hulu at one point, then it moved over to. Yeah, for like the longest time, I didn't really want to put on anything new because they didn't want to have to proof watch everything. So I'm like,
You'd have to
what do I know from
Miss
my
Rachel.
childhood?
You heard of this show?
Yes,
Man,
unfortunately.
it's unfortunate, sir.
I've seen Miss Rachel. Why? What's going on there?
I've just heard some of the things she says and puts in front of kids, and I think
What is
it's
it,
a little
like,
too much.
a little too much?
Just, all the letters.
My autistic daughter watches it.
It's it's the TQAI plus part of the whole phrase.
Wow.
Man,
Maybe well. She watched that when she was very young, so she doesn't watch it anymore. I'm glad you told me.
yeah.
But no, my son used to love Clifford. I used to put on reruns of Clifford. I used to put on reruns of Hey Arnold, Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom.
Yo, Danny Phantom, his
Danny
girl.
Put on the Fairly Odd Parents. I would put on. They didn't really care for Ed, and Eddie, and some of the older shows like Tom and Jerry. They liked Tom and Jerry.
Really?
They loved it. They thought it was fucking hilarious.
I would have figured your son would love Ed and Eddie.
Yeah, maybe like now if I reintroduced it to him, he probably would. But like when he was, dude, these kids, they're watching the stupidest shit on YouTube. Like they don't watch TV either. And I'm like, dude, you need to have like these foundational life lessons. Like if you're not gonna get them in the real world, it's better to at least have them through like a cartoon lens or something, you know?
Yeah.
But they got nothing. They're watching fucking brain rot. And I'm like,
As they should.
I keep telling my wife, I'm like, dude, we gotta stop. They gotta do something else. That's why, like, most of the time they don't even really watch TV. They'll play games. I taught my son how to play chess.
No way.
Yeah.
Beating your ass yet?
No.
Learning how to move the knight.
He's getting better. I give it like 2 years before he starts actually winning here and there, you know. But he's gonna get there.
There you go.
I'm basking in the times where I can still beat this kid because I see this kid. I know that like he's gonna be fucking probably like 6'4". He's gonna be like, I run this shit now, and I'm gonna be like, no, you don't.
Oh.
But yeah, there'll be a day where he gets better than me, and I'll have to, kick him in the nuts. Be like, no, you're not.
Clean the house. How dare you?
No, it's good. It's
No.
all good.
I like the weirdest games. Especially when I was a kid. It's everybody's playing solitaire or something. I love Minesweeper. There's
Minesweeper?
remember Minesweeper on Windows 95?
No. I used to play Cool
remember-
Math. Remember Cool Math?
Oh, cool math games, yeah.
That fucking website?
Yeah.
I used to love
I
that.
used to, that's how I learned how to do HTTPS on the computer.
Yeah.
Because if you add the S, it
Yeah, you
means
can-
safe, and you circumnavigate the school's security
They're
system.
way ahead of you, bro.
They're
They
like,
figured that out like
cool
10
math
years ago.
games, like, oh, can't get in, block, block, block. Throw that S in there,
Now you're getting into everything.
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 How would they?
I used to go on MySpace when I was in like fucking 4th, 5th grade. Fucking be like, you. There would be like, there'd be some messaging site. I forget what it was called. I remember going on a site where you could get like a whole bunch of music for nothing. This was before like, iTunes and shit, but like after LimeWire fucked up everybody's computer.
Oh,
Remember, you
Napster?
used to be able to put fucking music on your MySpace page.
You're older than me, and you're not. You're younger than me. I
No.
barely had it. By the time I got to MySpace, I feel like everybody was already off of it. And then
Really?
I did make a playlist, but I was like, everybody's going to Facebook, and
I remember like 2 solid years of my life being on MySpace, and then everybody was on Facebook. I was like, all right, I guess I'm fucking
Very short
And
window.
then when I went to Facebook, I'm like, bro, you can't do this. You can't put a playlist up here. You can't do
MySpace
that. Now
definitely
you
looked
can.
way cooler. I was like, this is like I'm making a home, dude. I put the music
Right,
on. I
dude.
got like
I
all
had
this
Tom
cool
as a
stuff.
friend.
I could change the background of while they're scrolling.
Yeah.
Tom was everybody's friend.
Tom was
He's always
everybody's
at
friend.
the desk, like thinking of ways to roast you.
Right. He's got the same picture from like 2002. He's like, you.
Yeah.
Putting his hand. You. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Good old
Oh
Tom.
man. What a
But
good.
Mark fucked them. They
Mark-
could have worked together. I wonder if they're friends in real life. Mark Zuckerberg and
Maybe he probably saw him. Like, who knows? They could be best friends behind the scenes, or maybe he just seen him like once at like some conference. Is like, I'm gonna totally fuck you in about a year. And then Tom's like, fuck that guy. I fucking hate him. Took over the site and fucking monopolized.
But you know, it's all about growth mindset. And if they want to be about the growth mindset, they should start a podcast. It should be Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, and Tom from MySpace.
What are they gonna talk about?
I don't know.
How to, act human. How to look less like a lizard.
Well, that's Mark's problem. Jack seems pretty cool.
Yeah, he'll be
I
talking
don't know
about
anything about Tom. He seems out of the light, I feel like.
talking about blue skies. You ever been on Blue Skies?
Blue Sky. That's something. So Jack Dorsey created Twitter, and he created like the framework for Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Even though he's not like a liberal or anything, I think it kind of took its own.
You see Vance
course.
get on there like a couple weeks ago?
On Blue Sky?
Yeah, he made an account just like trolling everybody. He became the most like disliked person, or like he got banned and then they unbanned him in like 15 minutes or something. I forget what happened. It was
Well,
like
you know
a
what?
quick thing that happened.
That is a good way to test the site, to be like, all right, you truly believe in freedom of speech? Let's let the freaking vice president on there.
Nah, but
Speaking of Vance, who would you vote for in 2028 given the current political field? We have, I think Vance is running up there. We'll go through the right side first, and then I'll go through the left, just in case you want to vote for a left guy. You know what I'm saying? Right side, probably we got Vance, we got Rubio, we got DeSantis, probably run again. Mike Pence, definitely not voting for that.
yeah, fucking
guy.
right.
RFK Jr., even though I think he might want to do more of the like
I tell you what.
VP or cabinet position again.
I would vote for Andy Frisella. He's a business guy. Should run for president, bro.
Should do it.
I don't think he would.
I have no idea who that guy is.
You should watch some of that shit. I should call it shit. It's good. He's got some real
You
good
showed me a
takes.
clip.
I showed you a couple
He's
clips.
got good energy.
But those were funny clips. You
Yeah.
gotta like he goes very seriously into, and he's more knowledgeable. He's got really good takes for
A white guy?
social stuff, but he's more business orientated.
I do like my business. Beeps.
And he's very into fitness. So you would probably like him.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's two types of fitness people though. And I don't like either of them.
Well, this is more like he wrote a book, and it's something I haven't listened to yet. And he'll probably be like, "You're a fucking who the fuck are you dropping my name? I haven't even listened to the program." But no, I am gonna listen to it. He's got it on audio. It's also a book, and yeah, should check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
Man.
I've been listening to him I listened to him a little bit in 2024. I've been listening to him more and more this year. Like, because I would catch like a couple shows here and there last year and maybe the year before. Like I think I got introduced to it in like 2023. And I would watch a couple shows here and there just to get like a different take. But over like the last 4 months, I think I've been listening to him almost every day. At 12 o'clock, the financial exchange comes on, and I'm a broke motherfucker. I don't have no money in the stock market, so...
I've been switching into comedy, and I like it. It makes the week funner. I was always on like Andrew Huberman and these long podcasts about, and I learned a lot of stuff. I mean, forgot most of it. Andrew Huberman, there's a Maha podcast with what's his name? Del Big Tree.
I know that
That's really
name.
good.
Andrew Huberman, right?
Andrew Huberman.
That the guy that smokes cigarettes?
No,
No?
no. Podcast guy that smokes cigarettes?
Does he do the Whatever podcast?
No. I don't
No?
know what that is. Andrew Huberman.
Maybe I'm thinking of the
is
wrong Andrew. I think I am.
Stanford? He says in every podcast. How could I forget? I think it's
I'm definitely thinking of the wrong
Stanford
person.
scientist turned podcast. He's a
Oh, bro,
professor.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. He's like a genius, right?
Yeah.
Kinda.
He's a master and jack of everything.
He does like a whole bunch of different podcasts, right? Or does he have his own?
He's just got one. As far as that.
He doesn't go on any shows and
He
shit.
goes on some other ones.
I think I've seen him through other people. I don't think I've ever seen his.
He's a white guy.
Does he have like
mid-40s,
curly hair?
short,
a little heavier set?
No, just like jacked.
All right, definitely the wrong person then.
Yeah.
I'm fucking out of the loop.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's like the smart lad. I'm trying to learn something. I want some like dig into what he goes into. I mean, like it's never like a broad subject. It is something not minute, like, and then he just goes into it. Every study or the popular study, then he'll invite like a guest on. He's doing it for hours, and he's just like drilling into all the science that's out there on like certain subjects.
Speaking of
And
guests,
I love that stuff.
we might have guests next week.
Who that? Who that on that SupWith podcast? Who coming on this podcast, boy?
Well, probably our boys.
Shit.
Don't know if we want to drop the name yet. It'll be a voluntary thing if we want to throw the names out there. They might be sitting right there, or they might actually come on.
Is your cousin coming on this podcast sometime?
My sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law?
My sister-in-law wants to come on.
Shit.
You'll have a fun time.
She should come on over. She live close.
She lives down the street from me.
She should come on over, sit on the couch. We gotta
Fuck
get
yeah.
another mic though.
Yeah, we got to get another mic.
Yeah.
And it's good because podcast equipment is cheap.
She
So I'll get another
she's gonna
mic.
buy her own microphone.
I'm gonna
alright?
gift her a
Because-
microphone. I'm gonna be gifting away free podcast equipment to all my friends and all my family. Anybody who has like-minded opinions like myself, so I can just make an army of fucking uneducated white people.
Oh.
Uneducated, uninteresting white people to come on here and piss off Chaz. This is for you, buddy.
Shouldn't be hard to find. I think that's all of our friends.
It is all of our friends. No, some of them are pretty intelligent for the most part.
Name one.
Name one. Drop the name. No, you'll have a fun time with my sister-in-law. She wants to talk to you about flat Earth, but mostly about RFK.
Is she a flat earther?
No, I think I talked her out of it.
Oh no.
Are you a flat earther?
No. I think it's funny, but
I think it's funny
Jesus
too.
Christ, take it serious. Come on. But I respect all people.
No, I don't think she's a flat earther either. I think that she was making conversation and brought up some points about it, And I listened to her points and we went back and forth on maybe it is, maybe it isn't. What do I know? Fucking nothing. Oh,
Exactly. Earth could be flat because we know so little.
flat Earth.
We know almost nothing. I don't even know how I get out of bed at night.
Here's a question I want to ask a flat earther. If the Earth is flat,
Go ahead.
how thick is it?
Shit, boy. They probably got an answer. I bet
They probably got an
they
answer.
got so many
How
answers.
thick is that little plate that we're standing on?
Did you know there's an ice wall?
An ice wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they explain a lot of the stuff that you go out so far, you hit ice.
Yeah, and then you can't
go
get
any
over
further.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That leaks into the hollow earth theory about fucking, because they say there's an ice wall and then you can't get over it, or that the government won't let you get over it. But the hollow earth people believe that they won't let you get over it because of the giant hole in the poles of the earth that just goes straight into hollow earth. Those are the entrance points.
God.
Yeah. That's why commercial jets can't fly over it. That's why, Nobody can do that.
Jeez.
But I said that to my sister-in-law. I'm like, well, don't you think that if a plane went down in fucking the Antarctica or the Arctic Ocean, that it would be kind of difficult to rescue those people, and maybe that they'd take a fucking path of least resistance or closer to civilization than fucking out there?
That's wild.
You know? And what country takes over the rescue operation and pays for it if it's not claimed land?
Planes do go over the Antarctic. I don't know what.
Yeah.
They've not looked down.
Not commercial planes.
Oh, well.
Look at
Did you
flight
know
paths
at
for commercial flights.
the middle
There'll
of
be
the
a big
Earth,
fucking absent spot that they don't go
go
over.
there, huh? Maybe the electromagnetism.
That's what I said too.
You know, that would make a lot of money if somebody wants to start doing private plane trips. Flat Earthers, North Pole.
All right, we got to prove it to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm fucking down.
I'll take my flight. My
You paying the
pilot's
money?
license right now.
If they're paying the money,
10 grand a ticket.
I'll fly you right over.
Turns
But
out
they
they're
don't
right.
let you
I fall
fly
right
over.
into there.
Did you know that's I'm pretty sure that's where the dead hand, like for Russia. Remember we were talking about the dead hand for the nuclear weapons? If all of them get taken out, they have a dead hand system that just fucking launches nukes.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the path flight that they take. And it's not coming over the Atlantic. It's coming over the fucking.
Yeah.
Because that's the quickest way to us.
Yeah. You know why? Not only
Because there's no radar detection up there, or very limited radar detection.
Earth is not round. And this
No.
isn't some flat Earth shit. It's like science, bro. Earth has a little bit of a belly.
Oh yeah, the equator, because
Yeah.
that's where the tension is. Yeah, I know.
So
But it's also the shortest flight path. From Russia to us is right over the poles, or right over the northern pole. It's the closest. You know,
that's
it's gonna be nice when that all melts and we get to take advantage of the shipping routes that get opened up. I'm just kidding.
not
I don't want it
good.
to
Many
fucking
people
melt.
die, but I would like to see because
It's gonna be nice for them.
The poles do the little shifty. There should be land under there. I'd like to see if we find out. Like, oh my God, ancient
Well, there's land-
artifacts. Humans were around 200,000 years ago.
Oh,
this
bro.
is crazy.
Have you ever heard? This is why I was telling you to go watch the Y-Files before we started this. Or did I say that in here?
I don't know.
You should watch the one about the Black Pyramid that they found in fucking Alaska.
Black Pyramid.
They found apparently they found this fucking black pyramid,
Oh,
like an Egyptian pyramid in the middle of out in the middle of nowhere, some remote Alaskan terrain.
is this on? Who's that guy?
It's on YouTube.
I watch it.
Y-Files. It's good.
Y-Files.
You go down rabbit holes.
Wow.
This is why I'm labeled as an uneducated white person.
I could see it in your face. I'm not gonna be able to pull it up. I haven't set up the technology.
That's the channel right there.
But the Wi-Fi.
He's got a fucking ton of shit.
The Penturk UFO incident hiding the evidence of human alien combat. This guy looks like a human alien. Peace and love. Planet Maldek, the classified truth about Mars' origin.
Oh yeah, bro.
I don't know. Sounds interesting, but is it all just bullshit? Is
Well,
it a
no, he
bunch of
doesn't push.
nothing?
He doesn't push the conspiracy theory. He just he talks about it, and then he does everything towards like the end on like the facts against it. So he makes the case, and then he does like the defense attorney and the prosecution.
He does a little bit of steel manning, does he?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
For everyone,
I
for
can do
every
it.
topic.
I could do
He's
that.
very fair about it. You know? There's certain
like
topics on here though that he's like, damn. You know? He's like, this might be true. But at the end he leaves it up to the viewer to decide.
Oh.
Alright guys.
Yeah.
This has been the SupWith podcast with your host Russell and your host Dylan.
Yep. Been Russell. It's been Dylan. if you want to come here and, I don't know, wrestle, be a guest on the podcast. This is all Russell's fault. He comes here with this 8-pack of beers, Sun Cruisers, and expects me to drink 4 of them and be able to close his show out after an hour and a half.
Yeah, right.
Seems like his problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to come here, wrestle, be a guest, play this guitar, play some darts, put a new shirt on this mannequin, let us know. We'll take anybody. I should invite some people off the street.
You should. You know something, dude? They're probably 10 times smarter than half the people on TikTok.
They would know all about Nibiru and...
Yeah, talk about Atlantis. Talk
Yeah.
about, Asgard. Oh, yeah, those are the countries. Remember last week when I was talking about all these European countries that got the free healthcare, everything? Yeah, it's Asgard, it's Atlantis, it's the fucking lost continent of Mu. You guys don't know about that? They got all the free
Study up.
healthcare.
Come on.
I know. Come on, dude. What are you doing? Don't you know?
We got to tell you guys everything?
Right. Name a country.
Name a country.
Name a country. Yeah. God.
Grow up.
Hey, you never been to Asgard, bro?
You never been to the ice wall, looked at the floating island of Thoth?
Look down into the hole that goes into Hollow Earth. You're telling me you'd never seen it, bro?
Grow up.
Read a book.
I don't know what else to tell you guys, but it's childish.
Again, you're here for nothing. And that means you're here for something. And that something's not coming.
It never will.
Never
This is the
will.
SupWith podcast. Thanks for watching.
Peace out.
Later.